Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Mr. Fela Durotoye, the presidential candidate of the ANN, has been talking to us. He seems pretty sure that he's going to win this election, and he says we should expect some kind of surprise after these election on Saturday. Those are your words.
Yeah, I said the Nigerian people will win, and I am representing the Nigerian people. I'm representing everyone who is tired of the cabals. I'm representing everyone who is tired of being poor. I'm representing everyone who is tired of a Nigeria that does not work, but works only for the few people who have held us bound, and we need freedom. We've had 58 years of independence, but it's time for APC and PDP to let my people go. And my message is very clear. I have said it to them. It is time for the freedom of Nigerians. And we're there. Nigerians will choose their freedom on Saturday. And I can tell you, many of the people that are going to show up are first-time voters. So it's very difficult for you to be able to poll them, because they don't come out, they don't speak loudly. So you don't, let's see what happens.
All right.
Okay.
I have your friend, the presidential candidate of the YPP, Professor Kingsley Moghalu. He joins us via Skype. Thank you so much, Professor Moghalu, for coming on the show today. It's the last day of campaign, so we're glad to have you to talk to us about your plans. What are your figures telling you? Your war room, are they hopeful that your chances are brighter, or what are they telling you?
Well, thank you very much. Yes, our chances are very, very bright, and we feel confident of winning the election. I'm talking to you right now from my hometown in Nnewi in Anambra State, where I've just closed a series of rural engagements with grassroots voters who actually vote in Anambra State. And this is part of our strategy. We've combined a ground game with an underground game and a 10,000 feet helicopter bombing through television and social media. So I am the only candidate in this election who crosses all the divides: the young, the old, the middle class, the poor, the professional class, the people who actually vote on the ground, the masses, and people who are on social media as well. So I feel very confident that I'll be the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. There are really three parties contesting the election in this country in 2 days' time: the APC, the PDP, and the YPP, the Young Progressive Party, of which I'm the candidate.
And who do you think will win?
Of course, I will win. And
what gives you that confidence? What gives you that confidence?
Oh, because we have an underground game that will shock Nigerians when the results report in 2 days' time. Just like Trump won the presidency in America in 2016, everybody went to bed thinking they were walking to the coronation of Hillary Clinton, and they woke up in the morning and Trump was the president. That's what's going to happen.
I really like Professor Moghalu's optimism, but one of the interesting things is that, facts don't lie. And more recently, there was a survey that was done to show popularity of parties. All right? So maybe Professor Moghalu, as a person, may be known, but his party is not known. In the ranking of the reports, there were the top 5 parties that were known, included the 2 parties that we all know, APC, PDP, and then there was SDP, and then there was ANN, as well as ABGA. So they were the top 5 parties that were known across Nigeria. Okay, so and this is not a poll that we did. So I like the optimism, and I really wish Professor Moghalu, as well as any other candidate, I wish them well. But the facts don't lie. The top 5. Now let's be clear. ABGA has gone one way, SDP has gone the other way. So in reality, the 2 parties that are, or the 3 parties that are left from the top 5 are APC, PDP, and Alliance for New Nigeria, ANN, the party with the logo of the lion. So the numbers are telling us something different from what Professor Moghalu is saying.
But it should be the man telling us about numbers, because he's walked in the building where the only thing that mattered was numbered at the CBN.
Let me just make it very clear that I am not here to debate with anyone. The facts speak for themselves. I am the leading alternative candidate outside of the APC and the PDP, and the YPP is the leading alternative party. There are numerous polls that have established that, and I don't want to go into them. I think the results will speak in the elections, and then we will see at the end of the day what the reality is. But I have no question in my mind that I'll be sworn in as the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So the big question...
I'm not a social media candidate. I am on social media, but I deal with real people on the ground in Nigeria who vote, actually.
So the question will be, what would you do differently? And I'm coming to Mr. Durotoye to ask him a similar question. And as to the issues of restructuring, the issues of the economy, the issues of security, these are very important issues to Nigerians. The question will be, Mahalu Kingsley, what would you do differently to convince Nigerians that they will spend the whole of Saturday waiting and putting their hopes in their ballot, putting it in you?
Let me tell you what I'm going to do differently and what the YPP will do very differently. The most important thing that we're going to do very differently is that we are going.
Oh, technology. That you cannot trust it. Sometimes it just disappoints you. So it brings me to my real guest. Oh, okay. We'll come back to you in a moment. So it takes it away from Professor Moghalu to the ANN candidate, Mr. Durotoye. What would you do differently? Why should Nigerians stay in the sun to endure the heat on Saturday to vote for you?
Well, let me tell you that Nigerians are looking really for one thing: the right, credible leadership, somebody who has a track record of showing the love for Nigeria, not just serving Nigeria simply because you have an appointment, which is what you see with many of the other candidates. No, the most important thing is that Nigerians are looking for people who have, with their own personal funding, without power, without authority, without position, they have served Nigeria. And that is the way you can know who loves Nigeria. And it's there. Everybody knows. Fela has been on the track, right, for many years, doing things that advance the cause of Nigeria. I love Nigeria, but more importantly, I love Nigerians. I've worked with building Nigerians, bringing out the best in Nigerians, getting Nigerians to believe in Nigeria. None of these other candidates can even say that. I mean, just listening to them most of the time just causes you to lose your hope and your faith in Nigeria. So what we will do, most importantly, is we will provide the right, credible leadership.
Would you jail looters?
Absolutely. We would let the law do its place. And the law always jails looters, right? Because there is a clause. And let me say to you, because we have not collected any money from any big donor, right? ANN does not have any godfathers. We don't owe anybody any protection. So that's one of the best things.
Would you sell state resources to privatize?
Well, where we have to privatize, we will, but we will not sell it to our friends. Okay? The most important thing is because you see, we don't come in with any kind of illusion as to, oh, you know, what kind of, you know, when I say godfathers, we don't have godfathers. We don't have people that we have to pay back. That is the greatest challenge that you face today with APC and PDP. They have spent so much money on this campaign that they have to get their money back. Let me tell you, a vote for APC or PDP means that they are going to go and recoup their money and then save for a little bit later. That means you are going to see the greatest level of corruption that Nigeria has ever seen.
All right.
You need someone who is not corrupt, and you need someone who has not gone through the corrupt means. You know, so you want to make sure that you get and vote for Alliance for New Nigeria.
Let's allow Mr. Ladi will come in a moment. He has some question to throw at both of you. But let's allow Professor Moghalu to come in. You were on that lane of telling us what you would do differently.
Yes, I was saying that the most important thing that my presidency will bring to Nigeria is the constitutional restructuring of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so that this country can actually become a real nation, not just a country. Divided country that it is today, no security, women are suppressed, the youth are made houseboys in the boys' quarter. Under our presidency, the youth will become leaders of today, not tomorrow.